Hi, I'm Lillian.
And I'm Felipe.
We are the Postmodern family.
We are Americans living in the UK searching for Great Britain.
We make 3 new videos every week, so we would love it if you subscribed.
So in today's episode, we're going to be reacting to some Irish road safety advertisements.
She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky.
Why would this be banned before 9 p.m.?
Sweet Child of Mine, I think, with Guns N' Roses.
See her face, she takes me away to that special place, and if I stayed too long, I'd probably break down and cry. Oh, sweet child of mine.
Since 2000, speeding has killed a classroom of our children.
Oh, wow.
Shame on you. You can never control the consequences if you speed.
Wow.
That's a good ad. I mean, horrifying, like it says, but I always tell some particular people in my family to drive slower.
Tell them.
I think speeding is one of those things that in America, I don't know about here, but in America, people love to speed. Like, they just
Since I do most of the driving, well, I drive a lot for work, not to work, but for work. So I go long distances many more times than you do. And on the motorway, people love speeding here.
They go like 80 miles per hour, where in America, that's like almost an immediate...
Well, the speed limits are different in America. So in America,
Yes.
most motorways will be 65, I think, in most states.
Sometimes 70.
Those are rare. And then 80
never
is
75.
even rarer.
There's no 75 or 80 in America.
In Texas, there are some 80s.
Oh.
I don't know if in the last 5 years they've passed faster speed limits, but here the normal motorway speed limit is 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, but
So-
people are always going 80.
So 80 is 10 over. And I think in the States, 75 is common too.
Yeah. But I think in America, if you are caught driving 80 3 times, you get your license taken away, something like that.
It varies by state.
Yeah, well, I think I don't know. But in general, though, because the roads here are narrower and slower,
Not on
not
the motorway.
slower, not in the motorway, but I'm talking about in like local areas, like that one was. It's very rare to find anyone speeding at that level. I mean, in America, people used to do some like illegal racing. That's when they would go really fast on local roads. But I don't know if they do that here in the UK.
Yeah, the geographic nature of the cities and towns here just make it difficult to speed locally.
And they purposely put those traffic slowing measures that are just dangerous to drive fast, because you could really destroy your car if you just miss it.
So yeah, the advert seems like the car killed all the children that were happy and playing. So yeah, that's a bit dark. I don't think that would go in the US.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch another one.
So does that just show that over this side of the water there?
I think they just take it
Tolerance
a bit
for-
more serious. No, I think it's like the gravity of the issue is worth the
Okay, here we go. Here's
the
another
shock of that.
Just because I'm a pedestrian doesn't mean I'm nobody.
Just because I'm a driver doesn't mean I can see you.
Just because you're at the speed limit doesn't mean you're not dangerous.
Just because you're in a rush doesn't mean you can ignore the crossing.
Just because you're driving doesn't take away my right of way.
Just because it seems clear doesn't mean you shouldn't stop.
Just because you're surrounded by metal doesn't mean I'm not flesh and blood.
Just because your friends are shouting doesn't mean it's safe for you.
Just because I'm in trainers doesn't mean
This
you
is
can
like
run
share the road.
Run
It's
me
gonna say
down,
share the
down.
road. Man.
Because you're nearly home.
Whoa, snap!
1 in every 5 road deaths is a pedestrian. Just because you use the road doesn't mean you own it. Respect everyone's journey. From DOE.
So I think again, I don't know if I'd seen anything like that in America because it's just too shocking. What do you think?
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that in a movie, but not in an advertisement.
Yeah.
Advertisement.
We definitely have seen like pedestrians get really angry at drivers.
Here or everywhere?
Here. Like where I guess in America too, yeah. They'll yell at a driver if they're encroaching on their space. What do you think?
It's possible. No, I think they get it just as mad in the U.S. I think in the U.S.
People say that they get even crazier in the U.S. Like they lose their minds.
Yeah.
Do you think that's
so?
true?
Do you think that ad would run in the U.S.?
I think so. That one's more likely to run, but
because it's an old person that's died, not children.
No, I think because it's more realistic. The children one was obviously is a representation of what they're saying is the statistics. I don't know.
Okay, let's see the next one.
Okay.
Shall I tell you about my life? Say I'm a man of the world. I've flown across every time. And I've seen lots of girls. Guess I've got everything I need.
I've never seen anyone do that. That dance.
And there's no one I'd rather be.
Oh, there's
How did that happen?
Whoa!
Oh, again. Drink and drive. Oh, that's what he did.
Could you live with the shame?
I've never seen any accident like that. Is that possible? Do cars just flip over onto children? Like this is like the second time now we've seen an incident where a car somehow just flips over into someone's yard and lands on a child. Is that something that actually happens?
I mean, you often infer from movies that things actually happen.
Yes, I do.
So then this actually happens. This is it. This is your confirmation.
Really? The cars flip over.
That it actually happens.
No. I don't know. It seems so unlikely. I mean, I understand that if the kid was playing, like often children will run after a ball or something into a road. Yeah. That's where they get run over. But like to be playing innocently in your back garden and then having a car flip over into your garden and crush your kid. Does that? I think that would make people want to like put up metal barriers or something around their fences. I don't know. What'd you think about that ad?
That was tragic, with the father especially.
Yeah,
that's tough.
And it is true. Are you willing to live with the shame? Like, is that? Oh, I don't know.
So let's just make some
commentary
summarizing comments. Yeah, since it's late and the boys.
Okay.
So do you think this reflects on a difference, British versus American perspective? I think, for example, I would say that the British and the Irish in this sense, but over the water, that they take safety a lot more seriously. And that goes to show with the Health and Safety Initiative, the Health and Safety Law, and all the inspections and risk assessments and all these layers of checks that have to happen to assess the danger of a situation. Whereas I think Americans, I would say, live up to the stereotype of shoot first and ask questions later. So I think that's true. I think that reflects in these
yeah.
adverts. The fact that these adverts exist and they don't really. I've never seen.
They don't exist in America. I think
the worst I've ever seen was the brains on drugs advertisement where an egg is fried on a frying pan.
I think what people do in America to deter.
Roll that advert and read it.
I think what people do in America to deter from speeding and things like that is just the news. Like they report actual incidences of tragedies from drinking, driving, from, you know, they report, they run, you know, they show the girl who died and her life. And I think that is what they use in America. They wouldn't use an advertisement, I think. Right?
I don't know. I don't recall, ever being trying to be scared into safety like that. Yeah. So is that a virtue, you think, the taking of that safety more seriously? Does that represent anything worthwhile commenting on? Like, what kind of society takes safety more seriously versus another?
I don't know if they do take it more seriously. I think they have different methods of conveying what they want the public to do.
I think they do take it more seriously.
Here?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I
think it makes for more cautious people. But then does that seep into you in that you're overcautious sometimes? Then you don't make risks? You don't take risks?
Yeah.
And is that a bad thing?
No, I think so. For men, at least. Women can be risk averse, but I think men have to have a tolerance and appetite for risk to be a man.
Yeah, I think it's okay to be risk averse as a woman. I wouldn't think it's something to be shameful.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But maybe for a man, if you're always risk averse, then are you going to be able to?
Yeah, if you're always on the safe side, if you're always avoiding conflict, if you're always avoiding difficulty, if you're always avoiding danger.
By your own wife.
Because society, see, this is the thing. Society has to be populated by dangerous men, okay? For it to survive, it has to be populated by dangerous men. It's just that those dangerous men have to be good men. Because there will always be dangerous bad men.
Okay, and what about dangerous women?
No. You don't need dangerous women.
Because what I feel, we don't need it. I know what I'm saying is what we have now are a set of dangerous women. And is that impacting our society positively or negatively?
No, I think ultimately when men stop being dangerous, the women take advantage. So it's the men's fault ultimately, in my opinion.
And then the women become dangerous?
Yeah.
And that's just not good for society, you think?
Nah. But let's end on that bomb. Thanks for watching. Peace!
Thanks for watching. We hope you liked it. Leave a comment below, and always leave us more comments or links.
And as ever, you can support us by buying our music, or Lillian's music. There's French, Italian, Impressionist, that's the same, isn't it? And some British patriotic music.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.